I ask that you remain standing for our national anthem, performed this evening by Meg Horner and our String South Quartet.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You may now be seated. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of this 47th graduating class of Shawnee Mission South High School, it is my honor to welcome all the families, friends, and teachers to the graduating class of 2013's commencement ceremonies. I would like to sincerely thank teachers, coaches, families, and friends for your constant support and dedication to us. We would not be here if it wasn't for you. This is not only a celebration of our achievements, but also the celebration of your guidance. To the class of 2013, believe it or not, we have had a phenomenal senior year, peppered with accomplishments in all areas of South. By the numbers, 1 individual cross-country state champion, 1 individual economics state champion, 1 individual tennis state champion, our 13th straight title for academic decathlon, 17 state champion swimmers, 22 state musicians, and 1 5A basketball state title, all thanks to our coaches, fans, and outstanding athletes. It doesn't matter whether we are 6A or 5A, Shawnee Mission South High School will always bring home the gold. This is not our last year at South. Sure, we may be graduating and may never attend another class here, but our legacy shall remain. Each and every one of you have touched someone's life and made it just a little bit better. Whether it is underclassmen, fellow upperclassmen, a teacher, a coach, or a family member, without you, their life wouldn't be nearly as exciting as it is today. Our time here of exceptional performance, spectacular character, and continued excellence will leave such a monumental mark that the future generations can only dream of achieving. Shawnee Mission South, through the thick and thin, failures and successes, has molded each of you into outstanding human beings that colleges are more than lucky to have. You deserve this extraordinary honor of graduating from Shawnee Mission South High School. We aren't the only ones graduating tonight, though. Joining us in graduation, the teachers who are retiring are Sally Guillen, Nancy McDonald, Stan Stern, Randy Gray, Greg Hazelback, and Joan Brandt. I guess we were the last straw. But seriously, thank you so much for all you have done for South. You and all the teachers here truly make this school great. Now let's take a second and look back at our 12 years. For all the early mornings and late evenings coming to our school for sports practice, band, or academic help has finally paid off in this moment. So make sure and enjoy this time together as we close a large chapter in our lives and get ready to start a new one. Be sure to personally thank everyone in your lives that have helped you get here. If it wasn't for them and their supervision, we would only be mere silhouettes of ourselves. Do try to keep in touch with all your friends here. No doubt, they have and will continue to make positive impacts on your lives. In conclusion, this is our final assembly as high schoolers. Rejoice in this glorious time as we are brought together for the last time as the graduating class of 2013. I, Shawnee, on behalf of the superior class of incredibly talented individuals, would like to welcome everyone to the joy of Shawnee Mission South High School, class of 2013 commencement ceremonies. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Joe Gilhaus, and I'm principal of Shawnee Mission South High School, and it is my pleasure to welcome students, parents, faculty, and honored guests to the commencement ceremony for the class of 2013. This is a special evening for the 47th graduating class of Shawnee Mission South. This ceremony is indicative of the high regard that we hold for the class of 2013 and all that they have accomplished. The welcome address this evening was given by Raj SELVARAJ, son of Geeta and SELVARAJ. Thank you, Raj. At this time, I would like to introduce our special guests with me on stage tonight. First, Mrs. Deb Zila, Shawnee Mission Board of Education member. Dr. Craig Denny, Shawnee Mission Board of Education member. Mrs. Sarah Goodburn, Shawnee Mission Board of Education member. Mrs. Joan Levins, Shawnee Mission Board of Education member. Dr. Jean Johnson, Superintendent. I would like to take a quick moment on this evening, this special evening, and recognize and share that Dr. Jean Johnson will be retiring at the end of this school year. He has been our superintendent for the past 5 years and has been in the Shawnee Mission School District for the past 27 years. Thank you, Dr. Johnson. You will be missed. Let's give him a round of applause. Dr. Gillian Chapman, Associate Superintendent. Mrs. Debbie Fortmiller, Associate Superintendent. Mr. Ryan Fleury, Associate Principal. Mr. Nicholas Platko, Associate Principal. Mr. Mike Rasmussen, Associate Principal. Mr. John Johnson, Athletic Director. Ms. Nicole Baker, Shawnee Mission South Faculty. Mr. Randy Gray, Shawnee Mission South Faculty. And Ms. Heather Shepard, Shawnee Mission South Faculty. Nicole, Randy, and Heather were selected to be readers this year by our graduation committee. At this time, I am pleased to introduce Monica Funk, daughter of Judy and Greg Funk, who will deliver the oration to the class of 2013.
First of all, I would like to thank all of the faculty and administrators up here with me on this great evening. Now, Now, all of us are probably sitting here thinking back on your 4 years as a high school student. You might be getting all nostalgic with your friends, and your parents are telling stories from when they were your age. And you might think, what has all this meant? I'm gonna wait a little bit. Okay. Okay. Well, it was about the first week in April when I had this amazing feeling come over me. I was at track practice out at the pole vault pit. It was truly just a gorgeous day, one of the few we've actually had this spring, and I ran and I jumped over the bar. When I stood up, I looked out onto the field and at the stadium. The soccer team was warming up for their game. Some 80s pop music was playing over the speakers, and the sprinters were doing their dreaded Tempo Tuesday workout. Just as all of these different athletic groups were making up the dynamic of a regular Tuesday afternoon, these same forces are work at South every day. It made me think about how all of our niches, be it band or dance team, or theater or athletics, are what make our school and student body the wonderful entity that it is. So I said out loud to no one in particular, I love our school. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. Now, I know we may all have different feelings about school, maybe about a certain subject or about high school in general, but no matter what, it has made an impact on us that is hard to fully comprehend just now. Sorry to tell you all, but you will always be a Raider. Because something happens to you in the same way that the bare, pathetic freshman hallway during Deck the Halls becomes the craziest, glorious mess of streamers and paper by senior year. We had accepted we're going to be here for a while, so we might as well have a little fun with it. In that time, we've become a family. We've grown up together, spent 7:40 to 2:40 together every day for 4 years. We've gathered around to support a parent's illness or death and helped each other through the difficult times of a friend's passing. And I've never been more excited to be part of our Raider family than during basketball season and our journey to becoming state champions. We made incredible feats of group organization. For goodness sakes, we cheered in unison, and we came out in astonishing numbers, and all of us in matching outfits nonetheless. Whether we were decked out in extreme patriotic gear, in improvised togas, or in classic green and gold, we showed up as a proud Raider family. We made it through walking up 3 flights of stairs at the break of dawn. We made it through those stressful weeks when it seemed as though every teacher had conspired to have their tests on the same day. We made it until lunchtime just to find some small amount of solace in 2 CCC cookies. We even made it through a blizzard. And you know what? I think we turned out okay, because we did it together, and we will always share that experience. We might have turned out differently if it weren't for those who were there to help us, our parents and teachers. To our teachers, I have to say, you are incredible. I don't know how you have put up with us for as long as you did, but you have made it a truly unique and rewarding experience here. The impact of being able to walk into a building when you know that there is someone to talk to and ask questions to is, again, something hard to fully comprehend just now. These relationships we build here with our faculty aren't something you find just anywhere. I remember those early mornings with Mr. Allen discussing a paper, and those seminar meetings when Mr. Laverne was there to help us push through tears of calculus agony. It's these teachers and mentors at South who give everything they have, and they've ended up doing more than just educate us. They've turned us into genuine, thinking individuals. All of you are the reason why I still know the exact definition of positive, the distinctive calls of our indigenous Kansas birds, and the reason I can go out into the world and become whatever it is I choose to be. You've given us the words of kindness and motivation and the occasional come to Jesus talk to ignite a spark in us that we will carry with us through all of our tomorrows. To our parents, I know for a fact that none of us say thank you enough. You come home to a teenager passed out on the couch or glued to our phones or playing video games. We scarf down some food and then speak just long enough to ask if we can have $10 for yet another t-shirt that we insist is essential to our wardrobe. Of course, that isn't what you hope for in a thank you, so I'll speak for everyone sitting here in front of me, that even if we don't say it, we really do appreciate everything you've done for us. You've helped us with our fractions, our 8th grade social studies projects, attempted to help with our algebra, and then gave up all hope once we started talking about molecular structure or calculating area under a curve. You've put countless miles on the minivan, driving us to practices and awkward car rides to our first formal dances. You tried to get us to hold that pose just one more time in order to get as many pictures in as embarrassingly possible. Not only these acts of unconditional love, but for the drive to see us succeed, and for never giving up on trying to instill in us the desire to reach our goals, we cannot thank you enough. So, we use this night to look back, to see all the friendships we've formed, some lost, some new, and some enduring. We hold on to these and cherish them, for they are all what have made us who we are today. We forget about those useless fights over rock, paper, scissors, and gotcha, and appreciate how privileged we have all been to experience high school as a Raider. The memories have been real. Now we look into the future. We may not know exactly what's out there or what's in store for us, but don't you dare hold back. Friends, I ask that you take every opportunity, seize it, and never settle for anything less than extraordinary. You never know what is going to happen, so take some curiosity, with you, some enthusiasm and bravery too, and take the world head on. Things may not turn out perfectly the first, second, or even third time around, but never lose sight of who you are and everything you are capable of being. Whether you're going to be 10 minutes away at JUCO or 9 hours away at Belmont, you cannot stop pushing yourself to be the absolute best you can be. And if you ever get lost or need something to make you smile, just think of those times as a Raider, because no matter what, those memories will always be there with you, with me, with every one of us. Congratulations, class of 2013. We did it.
On behalf of Shawnee Mission South, I wish to thank Monica for her message to the class. Meg Horner, daughter of Beth and Gus Horner, will now present a special message to the parents of the class of 2013.
About 18 years ago, two very special people began possibly the most underappreciated job around, raising a child. 6,570 days from age 0 to 18 to be exact. You both did it the best way you knew how. What more could we have asked of you? Who would have guessed our little stinky diapered bottoms would be here today, ready to begin a new chapter of our life away from your loving arms? A thank you a day would not be enough to even thank you for one day of work you put into raising us. It would be impossible to remember all the things you did for us, things you did without us asking. But thank you, Mom and Dad. Thank you for the following. Being organized. You remembered our piano lessons when we never could. For being honest. You knew it would kill us to the core to hear Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy weren't real, but you sat us down to tell us when the time was right. For being creative. Everyone knows the real person to make those 7th grade science fair projects. For driving us. Yes, everywhere. And even after we made you drive us all the way out to town center just to drop us off at the movies, you parked in the very back of the parking lot like we asked, just to steer clear of any sort of embarrassment for your too cool middle schooler. We could spend forever thinking of all the things you've done for us, little and big, that have shaped our life and who we are. But tonight we focus on the simple fact that you got us here, ready to take the next step in our lives that for some begin tomorrow. You've brought us to the point where we stand, individuals with all the capability to find our place to contribute to perhaps change the world. Tonight, as you sit gleaming with pride of your little boy or girl, we sit here now reminiscing on the things you did to get us here. There is no love greater than a parent of their child. So congratulations to you, parents. You witnessed our first steps of one stage of life, and now you get to see us walk across the stage and begin again. This night is a tribute to your sacrifices, your dedication, your determination, and mostly your love. May our graduation be an acknowledgement of our gratitude. Thank you, Mom and Dad.
Thank you, Meg. One of the most significant factors in the success of any school is the quality and level of achievement of its student body. With that in mind, as we reflect upon the achievements of the class of 2013, we find ample reason to be proud. I'd like to take a moment and list a few of this class's accomplishments. We have 3 members of this class that were named Governor's Scholars. 3 members of this class have been named National Merit Finalists. 8 members of this class have been named National Merit Commended Students. 31 members of this class, by virtue of their excellent performance on the ACT test, have been named Kansas State Scholars by the Kansas Board of Regents. 54 members of this class have been named recipients of the President's Education Award based upon high school grades and standardized test scores. 28 members of this class have qualified for 4-year scholarship pins. 24 members of this class have qualified as Kansas ACT Scholars, scoring a 32 or above on the ACT test. Colleges and universities across the country have recognized the consistently high levels of student achievement and academic excellence of the class of 2013 by offering scholarships to 98 students totaling over $6.9 million. I hope you will agree this is true evidence of their excellence as a class. In the past 2 weeks, Shawnee Mission South was again recognized by U.S. News and World Report as one of the most challenging high schools in America. And Newsweek magazine identified Shawnee Mission South as one of America's best high schools. A true tribute to our students, staff, and parents. Congratulations for these outstanding achievements. Let's give them a round of applause. The heart and soul of any instructional staff is its instructional staff at Shawnee Mission South. And we are so blessed to have such an exceptional faculty and staff. If you would please join me in applause as I ask our faculty to stand and be recognized. I would also like to make special mention of our staff members who are retiring this year. Randy Gray, Sally Guillen, Greg Hazelbeck, Nancy McDonald, and Stan Stern. The loyalty and dedication of all of these educators have touched many lives in a positive way, and they will be greatly missed. Please join me in recognizing these special individuals. A traditional award at Shawnee Mission South is the recognition of our top 10 academic students. This award is based on a cumulative high school grade point average. These students are members of a talented and competitive senior class. They bring high honor to themselves and their families by achieving the status of top 10. At this time, we are privileged to recognize Shawnee Mission South's 2013 top 10 seniors and present them with their honor cord and medallion signifying this outstanding achievement. As I read your names, we would like for you to come to stage. The names will be read in alphabetical order and not necessarily in the order of the students standing in the class. I would like to ask Dr. Jean Johnson and Dr. Gillian Chapman to assist in the presentation of honor cords and medallions. Ahmed Alismar. Aaron Bonifield. Jane Chaffee. Monica Funk. John Eric Kelly. Todd Nobles. Daniel Pham. Rachel Sutcliffe. Claire Thomas. And Elizabeth Trites. Congratulations to these outstanding students and their amazing accomplishments over the past 4 years. With the presentation of our merit awards, we want to recognize a highly select group of seniors. To qualify for this award, a student must have earned a fourth-year scholarship pin, meaning that in each of their years at South, these students have achieved 7 semester grades of A with no grade below a B. He or she must have received recognition in at least 2 of the 3 other areas in which students participate at South: athletics, fine arts, and service. He or she must have received the highest recommendations in the areas of character and good citizenship from their teachers at Shawnee Mission South. This merit award is presented to less than 1% of the senior class. I am happy to announce that among this year's senior class, 3 students have been named recipients of the award, bringing honor to themselves and their families. I'd like to ask Dr. Johnson to assist in the presentation of these awards, and as I read your names, please come to the stage. Aaron Bonifield. Monica Funk. And John Eric Kelly. These 3 merit winners will be awarded $500 each to go towards their college education. This monetary award is compliments of the Shawnee Mission South Foundation and their generosity. Members of the Board of Education, ladies and gentlemen, the students who will be receiving their diplomas this evening have passed all of the requirements for graduation according to the laws of the state of Kansas and the Board of Education of the Shawnee Mission School District. I am pleased to present them to you for presentation of their diplomas. And now we ask the class of 2013, the 47th class to graduate from Shawnee Mission South High School, to prepare themselves for presentation of the diplomas.
Michael Jeffrey Abel. Mauricio Acosta. Ahmed Al-Ashmar. Adam Joseph Alfaro. Aliana Christine Amey. Orquídea Lizvani Andino. Nathaniel Ashton Andrew. Jordan Alexander Andrews. Natalia Antropova. Alexandria Armenta Smith. Christopher Shane Ash. Kaylin J. Ash. Timothy Jacob Aspleef. Malik Jamel Bailey. Greta Noel Barling. Cameron Lynn Barnum. Karen Stacy Beretta. Cynthia Marlene Batista. Dylan Belk. Samantha Joanne Bendrick. Morgan Leanne Benink. Kenneth John Bergman. Alyssa Ray Bermudez. Brandon Royal Burvert. Erin Marie Bonifield. Riley Lauren Francis Bortka. Zoe Elaine Brott. Tally Catherine Breedlove. Marley Paige Brooks. Alexander Raymond Brown. David Nelson Brown. Alteric Devon Buchanan. Jake Andrew Caldwell. Hannah Rose Cantrell. Zachary Allen Caswell. Jane Marie Chaffee. Michaela Nicole Chapman. Ashley Klein. Curtis Allen Klein. Blair Nicole Collins. Zachary Alexander Compton. Garrett Lane Couch. Daniel Ernst Cope. Catherine Wheeler Krim. Jacob Lee Crutchfield. Jordan Allen David. Tashay Avani Davis. Patrick Lee Day. Catherine Elizabeth DeBlasi. Mika Ashley Decker. Mary Catherine DeStefano. Sarah Elizabeth Drake. Jacob Alexander Dukes. Susan Marie Dupree. Rania Charlene Eilhart. Lucas Daniel Elliott. Hayden Ellis. Joana Inez Escareño. Kenny Roberto Escobar Rosa. Ingville Espadal. Ronnie Javier Espinosa Luzcando. Samantha Marie Farrell. Amber Lynn Felkins. Jeremy Joseph Fisher. Alexander John Fisher. Joshua Ellis Ford. Connor Rudolph Formosa. Jessica Jean Foster. Madeline Anna Fowler. Ethan Michael Fromson. Derek James Furman. David Mays Fulbright. Monica Lane Funk. Jacqueline Jamai Garba. Selena Rihanna Garcia. Cheyenne Rachel Garcia. Emma Ann Garrity. Alicia Renee Gascoigne. Caitlin Gaunt. Allison Nicole George. Jacqueline K. George. Timothy Leland George. Addison Nicole Goff. Gabriel Philip Guild. Brent Collier Haffey. Christy Metaxas Haig. Caitlin Ann Hall. Yaron Hall. Samantha Claire Harstad. Joseph Doyle Harvey. Jordan James Hasker.
Leah Maureen Heathcote. Emily Rose Held. Caroline Elizabeth Heller. Kennedy Lane Henrich. Andrew Jacob Herman. Jesse Alexander Hester. James Michael Hicks. Kara Rachel Hodo. Rachel Lynn Hoffman. Samantha Marie Holcomb. Brian C. Holden. Kelsey Renee Hook. Margaret Catherine Horner. Miranda Kylie Huff. Daniel Hune. Reese Jordan Humphrey. Shelby Lynn Hunt. Brianna Mary Hydorn. Gabrielle Marie Inzerillo. Emily Kate Jackson. Jenna Lynn James. Tegan Jarko. Joyce J. Jang. Dane Robert Jobson. Neil P. Johnson. Shelby Lene Johnson. Ekaterina Anna Maria Markovna Jones. Malik L. Jones. Grant Tyler Jongarius. Alicia Marie Jocelyn. Nicole Karina Kakarika. Ashley Renee Kelly. John Eric Kelly. Artisa Dayon Kendall. Kevin Robert Kokersberger. Matthew James Kosurik. Katie Ann Kreitzer. Susan Ann Hart Crow. Oliver James L'Esperance. Madison Kim Lackey. Samuel Joseph Landis. Skylar Marissa Lance. Timothy Joseph LaPetra. Julia May Joan Larberg. Natalie Nicole Larson. Aaron Casey Lee. Joseph Vincent Lipoff. Siang Liu. Sean Michael Logan. Abigail Victoria Lopez. Austin Saul Lovelace. Connor Yates Lumpkin. Mary Lucille Markland. Devin Rayshawn Martin. Yadira Guadalupe Martinez. Micah Ray Matthews. Kevin Daniel McCauley. Catherine Annette Sanstead McCarthy. Alexander Patrick McCowan. Sarah Grace McNamara. Christina Paige Meredith. Benjamin Connor Meyer. Taylor Desiree Meisenberg. Emilio Martin Miles. Kelly D. Miller. Megan Lee Mitchell. Hamilton Marie Mitchelson. Vanessa M. Maffor. Keith John Monahan. Amanda Roslyn Montiero. Samuel Adam Moore. Maria Luisa Moreno. Lake A. Morgan. Alexander Wayne Munsell. Michael A. Nickens. Jacob Kane Nide. Todd Andrew Nobles. Rachel Elizabeth North. Evan James Peters O'Brien. Christopher James O'Donnell. Eric Dean Odom. Yvonne Omani. Kenneth Don Orr. Becca Ann Osborne. Mason Cole Owen. Dylan Christian Palmer. Stefan Papakostopoulos. Joshua Mark Pedersen. Daniel Kwok Bao Pham. Tanner James Pinnell.
Abigail Marie Price. John Michael Pruder. Christina Nicole Pullen. Jonathan Lee Purinton. Sierra Nicole Putman. Christina Lynn Rabb. Jordan Elizabeth Randall. Heather Marie Rea. Cynthia Katrina Raymer. Michael O'Shawn Relaford. Tyler Reynolds. Alexander Christopher Ryan. Nicole Lynn Richardson. Hayden Fleming Roberts. Ian Patrick Roberts. Olivia Alexandria Rodman. Chavis Quaid Rowe. Elena Grace Rogers. Lucas Gregory Rooney. Sarah Marie Rose. Ephraim Sanchez. Ryan Elizabeth Saunders. Justice Marie Scales. Kaya Marie Scheffler. Lily Claire Schempf. Douglas Schufler. Perry Noel Schroeder. Joseph Jonathan Schumacher. Amanda Nicole Schwabauer. Allison Marie Schweiker. Hannah Grace Sears. Shalindra Vignesh Selvaraj. Angela Renee Sharp. Cameron James Sheeran. Megan Elise Shute. Andrew Lee Sifkin. Reed A. Simpson. Brooke Lynn Slobin. Tanya K. Smith. Charlie Franklin Sneed. Catherine Sunglau Soan. Caitlin Michelle Soria. Lysandra Souza. Austin Marshall Spalding. Sarah Grace Spradling. Sydney Joseph Spry. Jessica Ann Steffi. Wilson James Stoker. Hannah Danielle Strader. Benjamin Allen Strobel. Yuling Su. Rachel Lynn Sutcliffe. Kiana Del Pilar Talent. Matthew James Teal. Nathan Robert Temish. Claire Elizabeth Thomas. Tad Thornbrew. Andrew Jackson Tickner. Gentry Lynn Toman. Jordan Brittany Trammell. Ashley Taylor Tripp. Jordan Richard Tripp. Elizabeth Ann Trites. Talina Angelina Umerly. Chaz Union. Nicholas D. Van Nortwick. Logan Frank Vavricek. Alma Velasquez. Danielle Carmen Vera. Francis Ann Vera. Aaron Mark Veselik. Lindsay Aaron Vogt. Robert John Vose. Austin Scott Waller. Molly Elizabeth Warshaw. Joshua Michael Watkins. Nicholas David Watkins. John Michael Wempy. Mary Elizabeth Wheeler. Jordan Elizabeth Smith Whitmore. Madeline K. Wiesing. Madeline Marie Wilcox. Elizabeth Lee Willer. Dinashe Williams. Catherine Elizabeth Williams. Madison Kathleen Williams. Joni Lee Williamson. Daniel William Willig. Douglas A. Winningham. Joel Stephen Woodward. David Anthony Wright. Justin Ray Yamada. Sael Plancart Yanez. Hunter Christian Young. Spencer Zelli.
Will the class of 2013 please stand and join our choir members in singing the school song one last time?
Hail to Shawnee Mission South, as great as honor thee. May all in kinship and friendship stand in thy fraternity. Let green and gold of raiders both proclaim thy loyalty, so the world may know where'er we go, that raiders we ever shall be.
Seniors, if you'll please remain standing for our farewell message this evening that will be given by Hannah Sears, daughter of Angie and Randy Sears.
Good evening, family, friends, faculty, and most importantly, fellow graduates. The progression from August 2009 to tonight has been a joyous and rewarding blur. But how do we measure the time we've spent in high school? In the beginning, we measured it in class periods, counting down the days to eventual freedom. As the days and weeks passed, we measured it in semesters and eventually years. Time moves too fast to think purely of it in quantities, because now here we stand wondering where the time has gone. Our rule at Shawnee Mission South has drawn to a close. I know that as I look out at all of you, we will measure our time here in a much more meaningful way. We will measure the time and the friendships we have enjoyed over the past 4 years, because that is what our late classmate Jacob Varney taught us to do, to enjoy the little things, the beautiful nuances of growing and changing with an extraordinary group of individuals is how I encourage each of you to measure your high school experience as the memories begin to fade. Our life of independence is just beginning, and the race of life is a series of choices. Many of the choices thus far have been made with the guiding force of our parents' will, but tonight we stand on the precipice of our future, a future that will undoubtedly be inundated with choices that only we can make, choices that will alter the course of our life journey and those who we choose to take with us. There are powerful relationships and connections to be made in the next chapter of our lives, powerful enough to influence the choices we make. Seek peace in the words of Invictus. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. The bonds you form in the next years will sustain you as you leave the familiarity of home, but refrain from letting the bonds distance you from home and all that is right and true. Remember, ultimately, you are the captain of your soul. Lastly, graduates of 2013, I want to remind each of you that graduation is only a concept. In real life, you graduate every day. Graduation is a process that goes on until the last day of your life. If you can grasp that, you will make a difference. For those graduates who have embraced opportunities, keep on keeping on. And for those graduates that may have left doors unopened, it is never too late to maximize your potential. As your shotgun sounds for the next leg of our race, embrace the momentum that Shawnee Mission South has given you. As the class of 2013 embarks to the corners of our nation, carry a piece of this school wherever you go, because we wouldn't be us without this. The rewards of the journey far outweigh the risk of leaving the harbor. Congratulations, class of 2013. May each of you find happiness in all that you do.
Thank you, Hannah. And finally, to you students, before I declare you official graduates of Shawnee Mission South High School, know that we recognize the hard work in the classroom and in all aspects of your school life for the past 4 years that has brought you to this evening. In a very small way, this is our opportunity to say thank you. This is your night. Enjoy it. And take our wishes that this high school degree may be but one part of a rich and rewarding life for all of you. I wish each of you the very best for a stellar future. Class of 2013, I now declare you graduates of Shawnee Mission South High School. Please move your tassels. We ask family and friends to remain seated until after the faculty and graduates have left the stadium. You are invited to join us in the cafeteria or courtyard to congratulate the graduates. Will faculty and graduates in the last row please rise and begin the recessional? Thank you and have a wonderful evening.